Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Caitlin Francis. Some snow actually moved through part of the state overnight. That caused some very slick and messy conditions on the roads in part of the state here this morning. So we're going to send things right over to meteorologist Scott Haney for a check on what we can expect for our morning. Good morning, Scott.
Yeah, we had a band of snow, a very narrow band of snow pushed through some real estate here in Connecticut and created some quite the nasty conditions. I got this email in. The Merritt north of the tunnel is a parking lot. The highway is all ice. Multiple accidents in the area between exit 60 and 62, north and southbound. We had problems along 95. You're taking a look at New Milford. Snow-covered roads and sidewalks. We picked up about a ½ inch to an inch in a very short period of time. So you got to be real careful out there in parts of the state. And then in other parts of the state, there's completely nothing going on. Here's that little bit of snow left over. I just got an email from Bethany, from Kim in Bethany. She said she's picked up about an inch of snow, and it's still a couple of flakes are flying down there through Beacon Falls on up a little bit further into Southford. Good morning to you. So we're watching all of this snow through Southbury right along 84. That's going to prove to be a little bit of problematic in between exits 15 and 16 as well. And again, Waterbury had reduced visibility. We saw the flakes flying around in Waterbury earlier this morning. Waterbury Road, West Main Street, and Cheshire, you might be picking up a couple of those flakes. It is getting better out there, but it's going to take another hour to get rid of this. Look at Waterbury, down to a ½ mile at Oxford Airport with that snow flying around there, so that's not good. All right, New Haven, good morning to you. What a beautiful skyline it is there, but the damage is done. There's a little snow on the roads. The green was completely covered. Now, once we get rid of this morning snow, we turn our attention to the cold, and there could be a record today for the coldest high. If we only get to 33 today, that'll break a record of 34 set back in 1966 for the coldest high for the day. Beautiful skyline in Middletown. Good morning to you. And we're taking you right now to Stores where you can see things are nice and calm. There's been no precipitation in Stores. Old Saybrook, absolutely stunning sunrise this morning. Isn't that beautiful? But it's cold out there. You got to bundle up. 18 in Winstead. The typical overnight low is 32. We're at 21 in East Hartford, but it feels like 13. 12 in Winstead, 24 in Berlin, and 22 in Norwich. Feels like 10. Here are more numbers for you. 17s and 18s. This is a January map for you folks here at the end of March. 17s and 18s and low to mid 20s. But again, you got to factor in that breeze anywhere from 8 to 18 miles an hour. And with gusts right now to 26 miles an hour, 29 miles an hour in Willimantic. And this is what it feels like when you're walking out the door. 3, 6, 7. Ridiculous. This is what it feels like. You got to bundle up, play winter. Hope you didn't put those gloves and hats and scarves away because you're going to need them through the day today. Notice the symbol. That's the wind symbol with temperatures, according to this particular model run, only in the low 30s today. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. More of the same for the immediate shoreline. Here come those wind symbols too. So not only are the temperatures going to be really cold, but the wind is going to be knocking all day long, and that's going to make it feel even colder. There's the lake effect snow showers making it across New York State right on into Connecticut. And according to early warning futurecast, tomorrow's weather today, it dries up. We'll be under partly cloudy skies today. There might be a stray flurry around from time to time. And then tonight we'll be under partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow looks like a pretty good day with mostly sunny skies. Really beautiful day tomorrow with moderating temperatures. All right, now here's the wind chill values during the day today. It doesn't really get much better. I mean, we're going to be in the mid to upper teens through the day today. So this is why you got to bundle up. Hats, gloves, scarves, heavy winter coat, the whole 9 yards, and dress in layers if you're outdoors. And then tomorrow, it gets a little bit better, but there's still going to be a wind chill value. Today's daytime highs climb into the low 30s. Cold, windy, possible flurry activity. Sun was up at 6:40. Partly cloudy, another cold night tonight with temperatures dropping into the upper teens. That's a chilly night tonight. The winds will come down a little bit, but it's still going to be breezy, and it'll make it feel even colder. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, moderating temperatures. And then Thursday night into Friday morning, rain is expected, 60 and 62 degrees. We go from 34 today to 62 on Friday. That's remarkable. And then the weekend at this point, we might actually string 2 nice days together with temperatures in the low to mid 50s. All right, it's just about 7:05. Caitlin, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. We're actually going to get a check on traffic here this morning just because the road conditions are so terrible with that, just that little band of lake effect snow that has kind of coated up the roadways here. You can see drive times and speeds. 91 from Hartford to New Haven, so southbound is still slow going, and New Haven to the GW, so 95 southbound, we're seeing some typical delays, but we're also seeing some weather-related delays. We heard from one of our viewers, John Lessick, who said that the Merritt north of the tunnel is a parking lot, highway all ice. Multiple crashes, he says, in the area between exit 60 to 62, both directions. And actually, we just heard from State Police, Troop I, that they are slammed and have crashes all over Route 15. So what John was saying, State Police is confirming for us here this morning. So unfortunately, we are dealing with lots of crashes, specifically along the Route 8, or not along the Route 8 corridor, but the road conditions along Route 8, the Merritt, and 91 in New Haven, 95 through Branford have been just really terrible here this morning. We're still dealing with this road closure in New Haven, 91 northbound closed between exits 6 and 8 because of a multi-vehicle crash. It looks like they're starting to make some improvement here. As you can see, we've got that camera zoomed right in, and hopefully we're going to get that, looks like maybe one lane back open here after several hours of being shut down. We've also been dealing with other crashes here right along the New Haven corridor, 91 southbound between exits 8 and 7. A single vehicle crash there has the left lane closed, and then just a little bit farther north in North Haven, but still along 91 southbound between exits 10 and 9, the right lane is closed because of a crash down an embankment. So unfortunately, you can see all that snow coating up the pavement there. Here's a look outside in Branford, 95 north and southbound by exit 54, right by the service plaza. Doing a little bit better. Traffic is at least moving along. We had an earlier crash through that area, but roads are still kind of coated up. Things are not looking ideal through that area of the state. Again, slow going here, 95 north and southbound, right off Granite Road. You're going to have to really take it easy out there, but that major incident in New Haven, 91 northbound, again, we've had that area blocked off between exits 6 and 8 because of a multi-vehicle crash. Check the Channel 3 app for updates on that. That's a quick check there at your Connecticut Chevy Pinpoint Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. Let's turn now to some breaking news from overnight in Hartford. 3 people are seriously hurt after a car slammed into a wall in the city's north end. It all happened early this morning on Main Street. This is right by Tower Avenue. Now, police say 3 adults were rushed to the hospital. One of them is said to be in critical condition. No word yet on what led up to that crash. Happening today, a woman from Hebron is facing animal cruelty charges. She's expected in court later this morning. Police and animal control say they removed more than 50 animals from her home. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones has those details.
According to the State Animal Control Division, Joanne Connolly and her rescue have been on their radar for some time, adding they received several complaints. However, they were unable to go inside her home until last week. Officials say the Department of Children and Families requested assistance after receiving information that the owner had moved and left a large number of animals behind. These are pictures from inside the rescue. A local woman tells Channel 3 her upsetting experience of fostering animals from the rescue. She said after she was given puppies with extreme medical needs, she returned them to Connolly, urging her to take them to the vet. She says Connolly refused, and days later she learned they had all died.
I finally called her up and I said, I don't care what you do, but these puppies are not going to die in my care. They're not getting better. Within 24 hours, I learned that one had died. Within 2 days, I learned that another one had died of 107 fever.
Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And a big change today for students in the capital city. Masks are now optional for all Hartford public schools starting today. That includes students, staff members, and visitors.
This decision was made in consultation with the district health and safety team, our medical director, and our local health officials. We're going to continue to provide updates on the health and safety protocols so that all of our students and staff can feel safe and secure.
Individuals who test positive for COVID-19 will still need to isolate for at least 5 days and must be symptom-free before returning to school. In-person peace talks between Ukraine and Russia are expected to resume today in Turkey. The talks come more than a month since Russia invaded Ukraine. Meantime, the White House is trying to walk back comments President Biden made last week about seeking regime change in Russia. Channel 3's Elise Preston has more.
Mr. President, were you calling for regime change? No. President Biden says he is not calling for the removal of Russian President Vladimir Putin, walking back some of his final words in Europe last week.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
The president had used the trip to highlight European unity following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, announcing new sanctions and a plan to reduce Europe's reliance on Russian energy. But the last-second gaffe may have overshadowed the moves, with administration officials now clarifying the U.S. stance.
We do not have a strategy of regime change in Russia or anywhere else for that matter.
The comments are drawing scrutiny at home.
It plays into the hands of the Russian propagandists.
And abroad.
Par la voie diplomatique d'obtenir.
French President Emmanuel Macron warned against unnecessary escalation as the West looks for ways to stop the war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has signaled he's ready to accept neutrality to help restore peace, and some Russian demands are on the table that Ukraine will remain free of nuclear weapons.
But the peace agreement should include them leaving our territory, all of it.
One Ukrainian military official believes Russia is trying to split the country in two, like a North and South Korea. Elise Preston, CBS News.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in here to Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get your news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Have a great day.